No, I'm a gear hoarder. I have all my guitars. I've ever owned. I have all, you know. We sold some stuff, like some guitar cabs, just to clear space out of storage. But I got a bunch of cabs, a bunch of heads. I have all the pedals and everything that I save all that stuff because it comes in handy when making the albums.
Memory.
And also just, in the studio, it's good to have as much gear as possible to try or whatever, So my garage in my house is just pretty much a secondary Trivium storage facility.
That's great. Which way the band is going to follow in the future? Will your next record continue the way of Vengeance Falls, or you're going to return to previous albums?
We've been working on new stuff, and it's definitely, it sounds very Trivium. It's got a lot of all the elements that are a part of our sound, but it's a lot. I'm trying to think of the word that would best describe it. It's like a lot further distance from the last two albums. It's got a lot of different kind of vibe to it. Kind of using a bunch of different types of tuning, so it sounds. And we have some 7-string stuff again.
So you will use again.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like Shogun stuff. So it's a very different new kind of sound. It's definitely we did In Waves and Vengeance Falls were kind of like in the same ballpark as the overall kind of sound, and we just want to kind of progress further. So it's got a lot of it's so far the stuff that we've been writing. It's got a really cool kind of just big sound to it that I'm really looking forward to kind of getting off tour and really kind of diving into the songs. We have a bunch of demos and stuff, but we haven't really just in between tours where we go home and write song ideas or write riffs and show each other and stuff. So we haven't really had a chance to really sit down and kind of tinker with the song ideas yet. So we'll be doing that later this year.
What's your attitude to the Russian tourists in case of difficult political situation in our country? Do you have the will and the ability to come in spite of everything?
We just kind of show up.
You just don't. Doesn't matter.
Well, most recently I heard about the Behemoth thing. Pretty strange, pretty crazy, but luckily, minus probably the same thing every band has with just getting into the country, customs, the gear, and this was actually probably our easiest gotten in. Last time we were here was kind of rough. So showing up again, and so far this trip's been a lot easy going than the last time we were here. So it's definitely been less stressful. So
it was crazy.
Yeah, it's been. The shows are always great here. Sometimes you just put up this little extra crap on the other end, but
from the first time we ever
happy to
played
be here and glad we can come back again.
So this is your third time here. It's, I think, great to play here again in Moscow, and you're playing a lot of European shows, gigs. What do you think about playing in Russian, like called Kubana?
Hit a couple new cities each time we come back.
Every time you play here, the shows are pretty wild. So last night in St. Petersburg, the crowd was pretty crazy from the beginning. So it's really fun. Just going up on stage and everyone in the crowd is just so
for us, it was
into the music, is into the they kind of give you the energy back. They're not just standing there. Everyone's jumping or moshing and stuff. So. I remember, last time we were here in Moscow, it was. I remember that show being pretty memorable.
Focusing on that, especially working with David.
Loves the metal.
Yeah, Russia loves metal. Will there be a continuation of the story started in Waves and Beautiful videos? Should we wait for some new videos soon?
That was in Waves stuff, so that whole story kind of thing is done with. We definitely wanted to do more of videos like that, but those videos cost a lot of money, and trying to convince record label to give you a lot of money to make music videos, because that's one of the things with the whole music industry, the budgets for everything as far as recording and also videos you don't really, the budgets are shrinking, so you got to kind of, can't really
when it came time,
get the money to make big videos like that. You have to kind of like do it in a, I guess, kind of indie fashion where you kind of make something really clever out of, no money. So.
Yeah. If you hadn't become famous, who would you become?
I have no idea. Didn't really have much of any interest in anything else.
It's been great.
So luckily the music thing worked out. If you go way back, if I never even got into playing guitar or getting into music in that way, I was really big into sports. So I probably would have spent a lot more time. No, I played hockey. So I played hockey, but then
Which position?
I started off on defense when I was younger, and then when I got older, I was center. But I played hockey. I was really good at hockey, but then I started getting into playing guitar, and my focus started to drift. So I still played hockey, but it wasn't like full bore, like kind of going for it like full time. It was just kind of more of like a fun thing to do to play. But if I didn't play guitar, I probably would have focused more on that and tried to. Try something.
Never really played.
Yeah, it's don't get hit with shit. So it's good.
Will the Crusade be ever
Pretty
played
big step up
live?
for him. So at the moment, we're just enjoying that everything's been going great.
I don't know.
We're getting him up to speed.
I wish I could hear it.
I wish I remember how to play the whole thing. So
And then we'll kind of
I haven't heard that
figure out
song
where to
in
go from there.
a
We
long
didn't wanna
time.
put
I think
pressure on him,
I listened to
like,
it just for
this is your
going through all our stuff, trying to think of like songs to play, and I remember listening to that, and I
there's not that much pressure.
forgot
on
half
him.
the
Same
stuff
for
in that
us. We
song.
don't
So
wanna rush into
it
anything too
it's
quick.
tough
But
because
for now,
instrumental songs are kind of
doing unbelievable. People really
hit or miss as far as playing them live, just because I don't know. We have so many albums and songs that people know. It's hard to get around to playing like the more obscure
we got a lot
stuff.
of music written.
But we every once in a while we try to.
Always trying to come
We
back
finally
around
played
with something
Shogun,
new and
so
fresh and exciting.
Yeah.
Eventually
Upping
we'll,
ourselves,
maybe we'll get around to that
bigger and
someday.
better each time.
But I saw
Trying to
a
figure
set
out what
list
that is. At
in
the
St.
moment,
Petersburg.
we've been writing,
You decided
really
not to
exciting.
play it here.
A lot of
Yeah, am I
cool
right?
new ideas.
Shogun?
Shogun,
that I
yeah.
think,
We haven't been playing that for a while.
once we get to that point, maybe after
Well, we
summer,
had
we'll
to
start figuring
switch
out
drummers, so he's kind of learning as we go. So that's
all
definitely
that
a song that's
At
not on
moment,
the
we're just
priority
writing,
list
just having a
because
good time and enjoying
just getting enough songs, learn to do, headlining shows, trying to get someone who's just coming into it, trying to learn all the songs to learn like a 12-minute song, and he's actually, compared to
actually co-headline with them in
like
the UK.
what we've been used to, he's actually learning the songs, listening to the albums, and playing them exactly the way they were recorded. So he's really paying attention to all the detail of the song instead of like, oh, this is how the part goes, and just playing, kind of playing your own thing. He's really, playing it to a T, like, from the record. So he's putting a lot of, energy into, really learning the songs, as perfectly as possible. So we've been,
continuing to support us, spreading
got a bunch of songs. We were rehearsing a song today that we're adding into the set. So we'll give him like a song or two to kind of listen to and get let it sink in, and then we kind of just been adding songs as we go.
Which bands do you listen in your free time, and do you know any Russian bands?
I do not know any Russian bands off the top of my head. But recently I've just been listening to a lot of old school stuff, like really been listening to all the Wasp albums. I love that band. So listen to Wasp and like Dio. I just on my Spotify, I just downloaded a couple
Thank you very much.
Rainbow records, UFO, kind of just
Yeah.
a lot of singing, big stuff and Guitar Hero shit.
Have you ever noticed something special in Russian people, and what trait of mentality do you like and familiar to you?
They like vodka, which is cool. Yeah, it's everyone we had a chance to meet. fan-wise, like everyone's just really excited that you're here to play and to meet you. They just everyone's just really and just really into the music and really showing the support and showing that that they appreciate what you do and the music you write. So it's been great every time we've come here. The fans are just pretty rabid, which is a really cool thing. So and I dated a Russian chick in Orlando for a while, so
Yeah.
I learned a little about Russia before I came here.
What's your favorite book or writer?
My favorite what?
Book or writer?
Writer. I don't have one. I don't really
And
read.
have you ever read Russian?
I can't read anything in Russian. It's the most confusing thing I've
No, not translated into English. I mean.
Oh, I don't really read books. The only thing I ever read for like actual books is like a lot of like music books, like like autobiographies, like Slash and like Motley Crue and or the Sammy Hagar book, really good. The one I have right now that I've been really slow at reading is the Stephen Pearcy from Rats book. I pretty much just Holly usually reads a bunch of stuff and he'll tell me cool, like, dude, the Stephen Pearcy book's hilarious. So I've been trying to read that. I just with the travel and being like really tired half the time, I just don't really feel like staring at my iPad. So
Alright, so I'm talking to you in the future now.
Where do you get your
Is that your
inspiration
wedding or sometime
for
around
writing
there?
your
Hope
songs?
everything's going great. Good luck with the future.
just kind of happens. It's
Have
kind of
fun.
weird.
Enjoy life.
Just picking up a guitar or like hearing something in your head. Sometimes you just kind of like, oh, that's kind of. Wonder what that would sound like if I playing on the guitar. Sometimes it doesn't sound anything like it does in your head, and you're like, ah, it sucks. But just kind of sometimes I'll just be watching TV, fiddling on my guitar, and just kind of like something happens, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then or just having a riff, and then going into the recording laptop and shit, just put some drum beats down and just kind of jam and just kind of wing it till something happens. So it's some songs like have one riff and then you just kind of everything else just kind of writes itself. So it's there's no really any secret. It's just kind of like
Hard work.
yeah, just kind of trying to be creative and just. I usually come up with a riff after I take like something like Red Line or pre-workout energy drinks where you just get really fucking amped up. And usually I'll be waiting for that to kick in before I do my workout, and then I'll be fuck around on guitar and I end up writing something because I don't know if I'm just so amped up that I get excited and just something happens, but that's usually, one good trick to get things going. It's kind of hard to write when you're all groggy and tired. So,
yeah. What's your favorite Trivium song and why?
That's a hard.
It's hard.
Damn. I guess one of them could be. Like the Flies was the first song I helped write with the band, and that was our first song. That was the song got us signed. So that kind of has a big deal to it. But definitely really damn, this is fucking hard. Usually your favorite song's the one you're writing. There's a lot of songs that are fun to play. I love playing. Strife and Through Blood, Dirt and Bone on the new record, and then some of the songs from the past records. There's I don't really listen to the albums so much, but certain songs are really fun to play live. I always love playing "Caustic Are the Ties That Bind" from the Waves, and then "Into the Mouth of Hell" on Shogun's a lot of fun, and then Ascendancy stuff. I play that stuff a million times. So I don't really think too much about that album, but it's always fun. You always try to rotate songs in the set and play stuff. We've been playing Anthem, We Are the Fire again. We haven't done that in 4 years or something like that. So we just started playing it the other day for the first time, and it's just a really fun song just because it's got a really cool feel to it. It works really well live, so it's been fun to
dust off some old songs that we haven't played in years and kind of add them in to keep things interesting.
And I think it will be the last. People ask me to tell you thank you for you being you, Trivium being Trivium, and thank you for coming to Moscow again and
Awesome.
coming to Russia. But we're waiting you as soon as possible because people can't wait as long as you come here every 2 years, and people really hard to wait for you. And a lot of people live away from Moscow, and they're asking me to ask you about make a tour wider.
Well, it's slowly expanding. Usually the last 2 times we just did St. Petersburg and Moscow, and this time we have a 3rd show, which I really don't know how to pronounce it.
Krasnodar.
Yeah, that's it. I never really read it. So yeah, so we're playing there. We've never been there, so that's kind of adding it in, and then we'll see. We just kind of get our tour date offers, and the manager lets us know, and we're like, yeah, let's do it. So there's always a possibility that we could add some shows here and there. Just gotta kind of see how it works out with whatever schedule we're working with.
Because you play in Germany a lot of shows, and in Russia just 3 of it, and people really disappointed.
Germans love the Trivium, so
Russia loves Trivium too. What's your favorite Trivium song and why?
I mean, one particular one changes from time to time. I still enjoy all the songs from the beginning to now. So it just changes every day.
And if you couldn't become famous, what would you become?
I don't know. I mean, I always try to do my best at whatever I've done. So I'm not sure exactly, but I would work hard at it, whatever it was. Whether it was go to school, I don't know, an engineer or something. Hard to say.
He asked me to ask